Hi everyone, in this third video tutorial of our series over TinkerCad, we will see how an optimal basic workflow should be in TinkerCad. So let's move on. First of all, we open a new 3D design, and here we are in the workspace. For this tutorial, we will see how to create something like this, a simple keychain with a text over it. By doing this, we will discover what is the correct workflow to use in this program. In fact, being a program that uses mainly basic shapes, we have to create an object starting from the basic shapes we have, like for example the cube, and add and subtract other shapes to obtain what we want. But let's see in the detail. First of all, we change the name in keychain to take track of our project. Then we select here our starting shapes, like this cube, and we start to modify the measurement of the cube. For example, we want a width of 25 millimeter with a length of 50 millimeter and a height that we can adjust from here of 4 millimeter, like this. Now we have our basic shape. Let's see how to modify it. First of all, we have to understand how to place an object on top of another. To simplify this, we can use the workplace tool. Now, by clicking this, we can move our workplace from the basic plane to the top of our cube, of our rectangular cube, yeah. Moving on, we can select a cylinder and place it directly on top of it. Now, we can decide if we want a solid or a whole object. For now, we'll keep it solid, we'll change it later. Now, let's start to modify it. If we want to get back to the basic workplace, we can select the proper tool and touch the normal surface. Now let's align these shapes together to form one. Let's start by making sure that the cylinder is of the correct shape. We will do this by adjusting the measurement like this. Here we go 25 millimeter and here we go 25 millimeter. Now let's align the two shapes. We select both, we click align, and then we choose which one of the two shapes is the main one. In this case, the red one. So the cylinder will move in respect of the cube. So let's start by centering it and then to take it like this. Now we aligned our shape, let's move on. To do this, we'll place another workspace, then we will place another cube on top of the cylinder. Now we will adjust this a width of 12.5 millimeter, a height of 10 millimeter, and a length of 25 millimeter. Now let's align it with the cylinder. We select both, we click align, we choose the cylinder as the main object, and we start aligning it. So we come here and to the center. We click enter and we're good. Now for the main challenge of our modeling, cutting all the parts to obtain what we want. So now it must be confusing, but in a few minutes we will see how this can transform our original shape. So first of all, we move a little the object, then we select solely our cylinder, we click whole to make it a null object, we select both and we click group to create a shape like this. Now we can drag this here, select the shape, make it whole, select both and group them. As you can see, we rounded the edge of our rectangular shape. Now let's see how to make a hole for our keychain and how to add the text. Okay, first of all, we have to create another cylinder and place it on top of the object we created. So we adjust the dimension and we make it 25 millimeters by, and we make it 25 millimeters by 25 millimeters. We select both the shapes and we align them. We choose the main one in the red shape and then center our cylinder. Now we have to create the cylinder that will cut the hole for our keychain. It's a little bit confusing, but we will see. Now let's start with another cylinder and make it, for example, 4 millimeter wide. We click 4, and now we align it with the first cylinder. We choose this as the main object and we center the other. Now we have centered successfully our second cylinder. As you can see, now we have just to make it a little bit bigger, move it a little bit down like this, then select it, make it whole, select both our shapes and group them. As you can see, we have made an efficient hole in our keychain. Now let's see how to add a text. We select the text tool, we place our text and we start making it, and we start giving it the correct measurement. For example, we want it 20 millimeter height, and what about 40 millimeter length? Maybe 30. Yeah, see, it works. Now let's place it. We can align it with our first object. For practicality now, let's change the color. So we select both, we click align, choose this as the main, and then we can maybe make it a little bit centered. Okay. Now let's sink it down a little, make it whole, select both our shapes and group them. Now we have a text embedded in our model. For this video tutorial, that's all. For more videos like this, follow JBD Tube.